Hello and welcome back. I'm George and this is the Baker Farm. Today we're going to make some new feeders for our chickens. For several years now I've used the PVC tube feeders, DIY feeders, and while they've been okay, they haven't been great. The food, the way I built mine, the food just doesn't flow into them very well, and they're kind of hard to fill. I tend to lose a lot of food around them as I'm filling them with the bag. So what I've decided to do is an alternate method that uses 5-gallon buckets. And now that I've got a good sized run, I have room for them and can keep them and make it easier, a whole lot easier to fill. And what they are is they're these ones here by, I believe it's, let's see, Rent-A-Coop. And these are available on Amazon. I'll put a link in the comments below, or in the description, sorry. And it's basically a two-part system. This goes inside the bucket. This goes on the outside, nice little rain hood. And then the chickens just kind of put their neck in there to get the food out. And it's a gravity fed. This kit is very nice in that it comes with 6 of these. It comes with the little water nipples if you use those. I don't use those, but I've done another video on the ones I use. I found they work awesome. I'll have that linked at the end of this video. And then they also come with this nice hole saw. Makes it really easy to cut the holes in your bucket. And now one thing about this is I had to look at this for a minute to figure out how to put it together. What you want to do is you screw it on the bottom here, and then you screw down the top. You have to line up the holes, and then you screw down the top till the pegs fill the holes, and that keeps it stable. I really like this method because I've had a lot of hole saws in the past that they'll turn, and they'll actually, the saw will turn with the drill and they'll lock on this arbor, and I play havoc getting it apart. Now, as for buckets, I'm using this one from Lowe's here, pretty affordable. And you really want to use a food grade bucket. Now, how do you know if it's food grade? Well, you can pay extra for food grade, but you really don't need to do that. If you look on the bottom of the bucket, there'll be a little triangle with a number in the bottom of it. And I'll have a link also in the description of a website where you can find out exactly what numbers are food grade. In this case, this bucket is a number 2, so it's food grade. It's HDPE plastic. Now, I've seen a lot of pictures with this kit used in the plastic bins that you can get at Target, Walmart, Lowe's, Home Depot, those kinds of places. You need to be careful about using those because a lot of those don't have the symbol on them. I was going to use one myself and I could not find the symbol. What that means is that could be recycled plastic. It could have pollutants in it. It could have things that could irritate your chickens, could get into the food, those kinds of things. So you really want to stay away from plastics that don't have that triangle with a number on it, and make sure that number matches as a food grade. All right, so let's give this a shot, see what we do. And the other thing is it comes with this nice little set of instructions here. So I'm going to put 2 on this bucket. So we've got step 1 here is to come up 5 inches off the bottom of the bucket. So we're going to come off 5 inches up. And it says put a little mark about 5 inches up. And then the next thing we'll do is we'll take the hole saw and drill ours out. Now, if we didn't have the hole saw, it recommends taking the gasket and marking that around, but there's really no reason for that since we do have the hole saw. So we want to line up, center the saw with our mark. And it's just that easy. Got a lot of trash here. You're going to get a lot of plastic residue, and you want to clean that up. I'm going to rinse this bucket out, or wipe this bucket out real good before I let them eat out of it. The next thing we want to do is place our gasket around the opening. slide our feeder into it. Make sure we don't bind it. Now on these 5-gallon buckets, you may have to flatten it out a little bit to get the feeder to sit flush. You want to make sure that it's pointing up and down as much as possible. And once we do that, comes with screws and these little nuts, and if the screws don't get a good fit, you can put the nuts on the back to help keep it attached. Now we'll want to go real slow with these screws so we don't spin them out. I'm just going to make sure that we're pointing down as much as possible. We'll start at the top. Line the holes. Now, to be especially, make sure these secure, I'm going to go ahead and use the little nuts. Now it says don't spin them, just use the drill to screw them in. And they've got a little nib on them that will catch against the back of the feeding tube. So it makes it real easy to snug them up. I don't know if you saw it, we had a cat run across the back here. That's one of the strays in the area. That's what you have to deal with in rural areas. We've got a couple that hang around a lot. Let's see if she's still, he or she, I think is gone. Yep. But the chickens obviously did not like that one little bit. So we just put the little rain hood on it, and we are done. And one thing I didn't mention was cost. As a lot of us know, PVC has gone through the roof recently. I haven't done a recent cost comparison, but these are probably very close in cost to doing with PVC. if you go by the number of inlets it has, it's probably cheaper. Because PVC, you know, you'd have to build a full tube for an outlet, and with this one you get 6 for this price. So that's, you know, it'll work for some people and some people it won't. So that's all I've got for the day. Have a wonderful harvest, a wonderful week, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks.